I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you, because you're mine.
It's April 12th. (2016). Just got back from the gym. It's quiet now. Figured I would make this video. I guess to just share with other people. Just be vulnerable. Reach out to others, because I know how bad this hurts. And going through it alone is kind of what you have to do, but just knowing other people go through the same thing helps a lot, just knowing that sometimes. So, I'm not sick or anything. I was just driving home. Just got overwhelmed, to be honest, guys. I don't consider myself like a weak person. I'm very positive. I'm also real. So when stuff hurts, it's like you can either just pretend it never happened and go through life in a, state of mind that's not. So I vlogged a couple times towards the beginning of when it first happened. But me and my long-term girlfriend, we actually split. It's been over a month now. I mean, I could say I've been fine because I've been taking good care of myself, but I mean, at the same time, it's like you're never gonna really. I read something that was kind of nice, but also was just like bittersweet, I guess, because it was like you're never really gonna be able to forget about them. Like you're always gonna care, It's like, I don't know. It's hard because when you share so much of your life with somebody for years. I mean, we were together for over 3 years, close to 4, and it's just so hard to pretend it never happened. And honestly, this is my first breakup. Like, I've never had any, I never was like a kid to go around as a kid and have like 12 girlfriends, because I only wanted to date for one reason, to find who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. So I haven't really, courted anybody, dated anybody before. And I will say, like, it was just, I'm so grateful for it all. I really am. I just got back. I don't know. Let me get my thoughts together. When you go through something like this, it changes you. Like, you're not going to be the same. The pain will change you, and you have to change for the better and not change. You can change to be better or bitter, and I choose to be better. I've been doing really well. I've felt, and it's just like when I tap into like for me, the biggest thing is, I mean, of course I miss her every day. It's like the same. I'm not going to say it's the same, but it's, it's the number one person in your life, you prioritize your time for, and you want to be with them, and then they're just gone. We don't talk. I mean, that's how, like, this breakup went well, but it was so abrupt. It wasn't like we were breaking up and getting back together. Like, granted, our relationship was not perfect at all, but we still love each other very much, and we both knew that. So it wasn't an issue of love. It was just, you can say compatibility, whatever. There's a few things, but ultimately it was like our relationship wasn't bad. The way it ended wasn't bad. I mean, ultimately we wished each other well, right? So it wasn't like like, forget you, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. It was like, no, like, once we both realized what was happening, we kind of like looked at each other. We were like, I'll always care about you. I want the best for you. I know you're gonna do big things. And I love you. And it's just, we need to, split up. But the abruptness of it, like, we don't text. Like, a lot of people will say, oh, well, how can you just cut somebody out of your life like that? For me, it's not even for me, it's not about cutting her out of my life. It was about allowing us both to have the space we need to heal and move forward, because ultimately getting confused and held back by each other isn't good. I don't want to be confusing her, texting her like, oh, I'm here for you. You know, like when you break up with someone, you can't be their shoulder to cry on. It sucks, but you just can't. You just hope for the best. You pray that they'll have people surrounding them who love them, who actually take good care of them and care consistently. And from what I can tell, I believe that's what's happened for her, and I'm so grateful for that. And it's happened for me initially, which I'm very grateful for. I'm very blessed. I don't take that for granted at all. It's tough, and you know, I'm putting this video out there because I just want to be real with you guys. There's no point in faking it. Nobody likes fake. Nobody likes, you know, and by fake I just mean only seeing the good stuff. So for me, like, my motivation comes from within, right? I want to be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. And you know, sometimes in life when things don't line up, you have to make the tough decisions and the tough calls, you know. And it's going through breaking up with someone isn't just a breakup. It's like losing the person you love the most, probably, you know. We were on the road to, we really were. We were together for over 3 years. We're setting goals, and you know, it's tough. It's not out of bitterness. In our case, if it was me, there were so many freaking times where I just wanted to reach out and be like, hey, like, obviously I miss you. I hope you know that. Like, obviously I'm hurting too. I hope you know that. You know, it's like, for me, I just don't want to waste time with like, oh, well, I'm fine, I'm over you, like, screw that, I don't need that. And like, to me, it was never that. A lot of people will go that route, but that's bitterness. It's not going to help you heal. It's not going to help move you forward. It's just going to hold you back. And for me, I just know that by not contacting her, it's the best thing to do. My older sister's been through like 2 or 3 really rough breakups, and really rough, and she told me, like, don't ever contact her again. Like, that's the best thing you can possibly do, is to not contact her ever again. And dude, it's so hard. It was so hard because it wasn't for, and I had to ask myself, do I really want to contact her for her, or is it for me? And when I actually realized, when I thought about that, I was like, well, I think there would be some of selfish motivation in it because of my own comfort of knowing she's okay. So that kind of put it in perspective for me, like, okay, it's not all about her, so don't even do it, you know? So, I mean, to me, I felt like it was all about her, like, I need to know if she's okay, but was it for me, or was it so she's okay? You know what I mean? So, just think about everything, and, you know, there's no room for confusion. Like, when you make a decision, it's decided, it's done, and you gotta just do it. You got to be consistent. You have to follow through. And as hard as it is, you have to do it. Best things I will say that helped me immediately following the breakup is just working out. You know, following God. You know, being distracted by good, wholesome things like working out, and surrounding yourself with good people who care about you and will, you know, keep you in their thoughts and prayers, and actually be there to help you if you need them at a phone call, whatever. For me, like, I kind of held everyone back for about probably close to a week. Didn't really tell anybody. I told my one sister the day it happened, just because we were scheduled to talk anyway, and I just ended up, telling her. But I wanted to kind of just keep it to myself. The biggest thing I learned, though, was, like, you have to tell people about it. You have to let people be there for you. And for us guys, it's, like, next to impossible. Like, no, I'm okay. Like, I'm just gonna go hibernate. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna, start in, whatever you're gonna do to stay distracted. But that's all well and good, but you have to also let people be there for you. And when I actually, and I'm still doing that, I still struggle with that, like immensely. And ultimately, I'll tell you this, guys, right? So you think you're always going to feel like horrible after you break up, like this feeling you have after the initial breakup, it's not going to be like that forever. It's not going to be like that forever. You have to let people be there for you in the beginning, because when you are actually ready to heal, like, 2-3 months later, and you're really healing, even that first month, maybe you kept to yourself. When you get to that third month where you need to be moving forward completely, I'm not there yet. That third month, I'm still like a month and a half in. Those people aren't going to be motivated to be there for you when you really need them the most, because you're going to start asking yourself, well, where is everybody? Where'd everybody go? Like, did they forget I'm going through this? Like, what the heck, And as a man, that's where it becomes your burden. You have to lift it, and you have to grow stronger, and that's it. There's nothing else. It's it. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to just lift it, and it's your life. People will call you, people will text you, hope you're doing all right, want to hang out this weekend, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, go do stuff, okay? Go do that. Go be with people. Let them be there for you. It's not what you feel like you need, but it really is, because it will keep your mind from just dwelling on negative thoughts, or, oh, this and that, or what did I do wrong? What could I have done different? I'm never going to forgive myself, blah, blah, blah. Those kind of thoughts are destructive, and after a while, you have to be able to move past that completely. And a step to do that is to make yourself get off your butt and go hang with people, even if it's just other guys, or if it's just other girls. Like, if you're a girl, you have to go hang out with other people. If you don't, you're gonna regret it. And it's very important to pray during this time. Pray, because it allows you to reflect, and ultimately you will not regret it. I believe personally that going through a breakup is one of the worst pains of life. Yeah, there's more consistent pains that kind of last longer, like a sick relative, or big burdens of, taking care of somebody who's ill, stuff like that. But the intensity of the pain of a breakup is so horrible that it's just like, it can debilitate you and knock you down onto your knees and keep you there if you let it. So don't let it. Embrace the pain and use the pain to motivate you to move on to the next thing. I'm not just saying dismiss it. It's been a month and a half since we actually broke up, and I've been having pretty positive thoughts for the last few weeks. I've been doing really well, so to speak. I've been staying busy. I've been accomplishing goals, and on my way home today, I was just screaming my head off in grief and just embracing the pain for 10 minutes straight. I was screaming and crying, and I have no shame in saying that, because ultimately, if you don't embrace the pain can embrace you, and you cannot let that happen. You will make it through it, and you're going to be fine. It's not the end of the world. It's really not. And ultimately, hopefully you never did place your identity in the other person or the relationship, because if you did, it will make it a lot harder for you. Just don't do that ever again if you did that in this relationship. So I hope this video encourages you guys. I hope it gives you something to look to if you're in a dark place or a hard spot. Yeah, I really just wanted to share this video, because if I had stumbled across this when, the day I broke up, or that week, that would have been nice, just to know other people are going through it, and just to know kind of how to deal with it at first. And yeah. Some don'ts. Don't just sit there and dwell on negative things like, oh, what could I have done differently? What did they do wrong? What did I do wrong? Why didn't it work out? Like, ultimately, you should have already decided why it didn't work out before the breakup. Those things would have been the reason why you broke up. So don't spend your time on that. Spend your time on, wow, I'm just so grateful that it happened. Love is ephemeral, so it's there when it's there, and then it's gone forever. It's not meant to last, so to speak. And a lot of people have a misconception, I did, that love is supposed to be like you work really hard in your life, and then you do this and that, you get married, you have kids, and you're always gonna have love. And it's just like, yeah, maybe, but what if your spouse is gone the next day from a horrible accident or something? You never really know. So when you're in the moments of love, like, embrace them, cherish them, and just be there in that moment and fully enjoy it, because it's not meant to last. And it's ultimately, that's part of what makes love so much beautiful. If there wasn't so much pain, love wouldn't be so beautiful. So ultimately, don't get hateful. Don't stalk the other person. Don't be like, wonder if they moved on yet. There's no way they have. If you had any kind of serious relationship, there's no way that they're, oh, it's been a week and they're probably already looking at other. No, they're just as upset as you are, if not way more. So don't think about that for a second, because one thing people want to do when they go through a breakup is they always want to know that the other person is still in pain. The other person is going to be, whether or not your relationship ended, like, screw you, I'm never talking to you again, this relationship never happened, I hate you type stuff, or it ended like, I'm really grateful we got to spend this much time together and grow together and learn about each other and life together. I'm really grateful for that. I'll always remember and care about you, and I wish you the best. No matter how your relationship ended, the other person is still going to be, there was love there, so it's still going to hurt. They're still going to be in pain. So don't wish them to be in pain. Don't want them to feel more pain than you or as much as you. Just move on and focus on your pain in your life so that you can move forward, so that you can actually take the necessary action and the necessary steps to do what you really need to do, which is to focus on embracing your pain and getting through it, instead of like, oh, them. This is a time to be a little selfish, It really is. I mean, you got to look at yourself. You got to take care of yourself really well and just do your best to be grateful for the good things in life. And ultimately, yeah, it's horribly sad. It's so horribly sad. It hurts so bad. It's just horrible. And that's part of life. You just got to embrace it. One step in the right direction. Oh, I can't move. I'm horribly upset. Stop eating the crap. Eat a piece of fruit. Don't eat any more ice cream today. Get up. Stop watching TV. Go work out. Go exercise. That's automatic brain medicine. Literally will freaking help your brain feel better. Even if you're in a horrible place in your life. It will help. Period. It always does. I don't want to exercise. Well, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do. Honestly, to get to a better place. Do what you got to do. You can get through it for sure. It's hard right now, but you're not alone.